Okay folks, I guess this is episode 9. I'm going to try and, since these updates get long, maybe I'll just do one update per episode. It is Thursday, March 9th, a little before 11 a.m. Just to give you an idea, the tomato is doing quite nicely, and there is a bud back there. I'm wondering if I'm going to get tomatoes for a third year. That would be cool. A lima bean, let me actually show you something. There is a branch from the lima bean, and if I pick that up, you can see where it's been chewed on. The grasshoppers around here have been the bane of my existence. But I think I may have finally figured out how to get rid of them, although I now see one off in the distance there. I don't know if I can, see if I can zoom in. Nope. Can't zoom with this camera. So anyway, it's disappointing, but I may have found a way to start getting rid of them, because I just found one today that was just kind of flopping around. He was trying to jump and he wasn't getting very far, and I finally just sort of kicked him into the bushes and let him expire there. I don't mean to sound so cruel, but if they're going to eat up all the vegetation here, we're not going to have good looking vegetation. So anyway, here's the lima bean. There are buds forming. See if I can come around here. Don't know how well you can see that. There are buds forming, so I may get more lima beans out of this yet. There's more buds on the tomato plant you can see right there in the foreground. Nothing quite popping in the tomato planter just yet. What I did notice, let me see if I can move my... Oh, hang on a second. Okay, I'm back. That's life managing an apartment. So, I was going to try and move my... There, you can see something growing there, and I'm guessing that's the mixed greens that I've planted in with this. So let's look at the next planter. We've got the mixed greens, which I transplanted, which aren't looking all that great. Nothing much else in that planter. But over in this planter, we've got the Easter egg radish, which seems to be doing quite nicely, as well as the transplanted mixed greens. That's it for that one. Over here, just the transplanted mixed greens. Nothing much to say on that. They just, you can see how healthy they look. Not real healthy, but they're surviving. Nothing up in this forward planter here. In fact, there's a couple of things yet to be planted. Over here we've got the chamomile, which is holding up nicely, and one of the mixed greens, which I transplanted. More chamomile over here. And I could swear I saw something in the tomato planter. Well, I thought I saw baby finger carrots. Maybe that was... Oh, sorry. It's over with the lima bean. There you can see the baby finger carrots starting to grow. No, that can't be baby finger. That's something else. Anyway, I'll figure that out. Or maybe I'll just let it grow and see what happens. Anyway, that's the big planter. The smaller stuff's not quite so exciting. I'm just going to kind of give you a view without so much commentary. At this point, you're probably used to what I've got planted here. Some of it doing well. We got the memorial planter with the lone plant in there, which looks an awful lot like marigold. I'm hoping that's not just a stray seed that dropped. I need to do some deadheading in the marigold planter. Still need to know what that plant is in the back there. And that's pretty much it for inside. Oh, there are signs of life. I don't know how well I can capture that there. Signs of life in this planter, which wasn't getting a lot of water while I was moving everything around and building the big one, but now I'm watering it again, and hopefully it didn't all just kind of like start and then die off because I didn't water. But we'll see what grows. This will probably eventually get cleared out, but we'll see. So let's go through the hummingbird feeders. Transplant that didn't survive. See what we got up here. There is some signs of life up here. I got another one over here. Another transplant that didn't survive. These are getting the most intense sun of all of them. I may have to redo. Let's see. Not much signs of life. Okay, there we go. We got something. So we'll see. I'll probably just do transplants. Now we have the partial shade ones, planters. And there is a flower in the back here, but what I've been doing is every day when I water, I turn it 180 degrees, so that's why that plant is facing, or that flower is facing the wall. See how we're doing up above. Small signs of life. Not peeking over the top yet. Another transplant that didn't take. And not much for signs of life. There's some up there. And we have the prize planter, the middle flower of which I should probably cut off and save those. Now let's see how we're doing up above. Not much to see. There's a little bit, but it's just not really developing. Almost kind of looks dead from here. Well, we'll see. Then we have the office planter with the transplant that almost didn't make it, but it looks like it's going to survive. And this is the one that got a lot of activity. You can get an idea what that looks like. If I can, let's see if I can get it in silhouette. Not sure how clear that is in silhouette, but you can kind of see some vegetation growing in there. Kind of like a projection of the vegetation. Looks like it's just about to peek over the top. Let's move on over to here. We have these planters with one that survived. And a little bit of vegetation, but not a whole lot. Sorry about that, I realized I was zoomed in and giving you an extreme close-up. It's another one of the plants that survived. And what we've got up above, again looking like it's about to peek over the top. Move over here. We got one that survived. And some activity. Another one that kind of barely hung on, but it's living. And minimal activity. That's it for the planters. So let's see how bad the grasshopper problem really is. There's a couple. Not nearly as bad. Nothing out of that one. I may have succeeded. Or close to succeeded. Nothing out of that one. Oh! Just hit me in the face. Okay, there was one. There he is. Trying to figure out what to do. He's really confused. I literally am following him. And he just dropped. I don't know if he landed back in there, but that's not a good sign for him. And now the north courtyard. So I got the plant I can identify. The apartment mix. More stuff over here. I'm just going to kind of keep the commentary down. There was a strawberry in here, and it was getting riper and riper, and I didn't get it in time, so it rotted. So I pulled it out. There is more to be hatched. So that's it for today. Okay folks, I wasn't quite done. Here's just a little design flaw I just realized in my planter. Those middle dividers that are sticking up 2 inches per out of the rest of it, give or take a little, they're providing shade. Okay, maybe we'll call it a feature. If you have both plants that are shade tolerant and requiring full sun in the same planter, then I guess there you go. Plant accordingly. But I'm just kind of realizing it, depending on how the sun hits this thing during the year, because I can't really move this planter, it may be that certain plants where you can see there's a significant amount of shade there, those plants aren't going to get full sun or sun for as much as the other plants are going to get. And actually, in the case of the forward compartments here, that's the nasturtium and the marigold. So we'll actually see the rear compartments are the ones further away from us. Those will get full sun, but the forward compartments, those are not going to get as much sun. So we'll see, since the nasturtium and the marigold were planted at the same time, front and back, we'll see how much difference there might be in how they grow. So that'll be really, I guess that'll be the way of testing how much effect that actually has in terms of shading the plants. Good morning folks, it's Saturday the March the 10th at around 10:30. Just wanted to give you some, just the quickie sort of changes here. in the big planter. Looks like we've got something growing in there. It's probably either, I guess that's carrots in this one. And I also noticed that one of the beans is now popping, and if I'm not mistaken, that's asparagus bean, which are these really long version of pole beans. The radishes are doing quite nicely. Looks like the chamomile is perking up quite nicely. We have one of the mixed greens which has taken hold and is growing nicely. We've got more radishes over there. How are we doing with the... So you still got the flower there on the tomato plant. It's actually kind of folding up. I don't know if it's going to form anything inside, but it has looked encouraging. But if it dies off, it's not really different from what I've had before. That's pretty much it for this planter. That's really all I want to concentrate on. I'm just going to try and give you regular updates here.